Hello, welcome to Patched. I'm your host, Paul James. Today I'm joined by Matto Phillips. How are you, mate? You look like you've gotten some sun.
Sun? No such thing. Got no sun whatsoever.
Matto went to the Gold Coast, and it
I know you
pissed
go
down
to
the whole
Gold
time.
Coast.
Sorry, Queensland, and it pissed down.
Queensland. Oh, hang on. Gotta be the, that's better. The old smudgy mark.
Yeah,
no,
fuzzy
all
from
it did,
mine
the entire time I went up there, it rained. Nothing else. Go, oh yeah, I'll go outside, go for a walk, rain. Go back inside. Oh, sun's out, go for a walk, rain. It was like the table tennis of weather. That's what it was. It's just...
Sounds like a good time for everyone.
Yeah, fun time. Then I go back, sunny for the rest of the time, which was bloody annoying. I come back down here, and then it goddamn rains again. And it not only did it rain, it really rained. It's torrential flooding rain. Well, not really, not
Yeah,
really
not quite
torrential
flooding,
but it was rain.
but pretty heavy rain. Yeah, I mean, we were talking before the recording, like my trip that I went on before we recorded those two episodes together, like I got nothing, and yet I had someone from work who was there the whole time that I was, and they were only 5 minutes up the road from where we were. And when I got called out when I got back, and she's like, "How was the trip?" I'm like, "It's great. The weather was awesome." And she's like, "Bullshit! It was pissing down the whole time." I'm like, "Nah, didn't see any of that at all." And we're only just the other side of like surfer's paradise, both of us. So go figure. Anyway, hard hitting topics. That's what Patch is all about. We are talking about the PlayStation Plus Premium again, or the Deluxe out here in Australia. But rather than go all hard-hitting news and that sort of stuff, we're basing this on some news. There's been some little leaks over the course of the last week or so of stuff that's starting to pop up, I guess, on the back end of the PlayStation Network and all those sort of things. A lot of old games, PS1, PS2, PSP games that are starting to get listed. I said a lot. I shouldn't say a lot. There's a few that have come out. We've seen reports of Siphon Filter getting rated in Korea, and then there's some old Tekken games and other bits and pieces that are also popping up. So there's a few little goings on the back end when it comes to PSN at the moment, and presumably that's all attached with the PlayStation Plus Premium and the backwards compatibility in the old games that you'll be able to play. So we thought, and we're just going to base it on Australia, so we don't have access to PlayStation Now, so no PS3 games here.
Or PS3, no.
No.
They can't figure out how to get a PS3 game to not stream.
Which, I mean, ignoring the fact that, they obviously can't get the disc running on the console. They can't even get the streaming working here, which is bullshit because Xbox can have it, like, they have their streaming out here working just fine. I've had no issues when I've had Rainbow Six Extraction streamed to me for a preview. I've previewed other games on my computer here using what is pretty basic NBN. Worked no problem. So PlayStation, you can do it. Just get off your asses.
Hang on. Basic NBN. In Australia, that's called advanced NBN.
Oh, I was talking about, like, even by our standards, just pretty basic NBN.
Oh, it's pretty advanced for Australia.
We used to hang shit on your internet, but I reckon there's a chance that yours might even be a bit more solid than mine.
I know. Was it?
Have you done the old speed test?
Yeah, I always do the speed test.
What do you get?
For downloads, okay, we'll do comparisons of the old one. So, old dial-up internet, call it dial-up internet. Download speed was 6 megabits a second. Upload speed was 0.7.
Yeah, your uploads were a killer.
And then switched over to old fast internet. It went from 6 to 60 megabits a second, and 6 megabits for uploads.
Okay, so your up is still not great, but at least
not great. But for where I live,
like I tried and admittedly things seemed a little bit off when I checked it earlier today, so it could be better now. I'm just not going to run the test while we're using the internet for a show.
It might drop.
I tried it today and it was 10 down. So yours would be, and the last time mine was at 60. I couldn't even tell you the last time mine was at 60.
Wow.
30, 40 might be, like, it's nothing. It's not great. So go figure. But anyway, because PlayStation Australia, you can do it. Like, even on my shitty one, it works.
I just forgot for a second what we were talking about there for a second.
Yeah.
What was someone saying? Even Latvia has the PlayStation
Yeah, everyone was losing their shit about Malta for some reason.
Malta, that's the one.
Malta was one that people were losing their minds about. I don't understand why everyone's got it in for Malta, but they do. So go figure on that one anyway. But yes, we're not going to focus on PS3 games because they're not coming here. And I guess in the words of Don Matrick, you've got a console there. It's called a PS3. Use that. That's inspired by his Xbox One, Xbox 360 comment from all those years ago, from that successful boss of Xbox. Anyway, we're going to focus on the PS1, the PS2, and the PSP, and we're going to come up with 5 games for each platform that we think should be on their day one, based on a whole host of different reasons. Now, within that, we've got a selection of games. We're going to bring 3 each. Hopefully, there's no crossovers. I don't know about you when it comes to backups.
Oh, no, don't worry. I got plenty of backups. I thought we're going to cross over somewhere.
Yeah, okay. You've done better than me then in that sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the whole idea is we'll pitch 3 games. 2 of them are ones that are going to be on there for sure, and the third for each of us are going to duke it out, and that's where you, the community, I'm just going to post something on Twitter, or maybe even use the Player 2 account to post a poll. We'll see, to determine what that last game will be. What console do you want to start with? You want to go PS1, PS2, PSP, or do you want to go back the other way? PSP, PS2, PS1?
I reckon let's just start off with the PSP one, because that's probably our weaker one.
Yeah. I'd
Out of the 3. And then we'll go PSP. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's go backwards.
So PSP, PS2, PS1?
PSP, PS2, yeah. We'll go from weak to strong. Let's go with that.
All right. What do you suggest? What are you going to put forward as your 2 games that are definitely going to be on the list?
Well, 2 games I'm going to put. This was also on the DS as well, but there's no DS. He's looking at it. I've got him shocked.
No, I think I'm writing down, and tell me if I've got it right. Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars.
It would be correct.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's a good start. It's a good game.
Yeah, it's a good start. Hey, it's a Grand Theft Auto game, but it's one of those games.
And it's a really, really underrated one.
Yeah, I always thought to myself, I should play that one day, and I missed out because I just looked at it and went, I don't want to play it on the DS. I want to play it on a...
Buy a Vita.
Or a Vita. Probably can find a Vita somewhere. Just find one under a couch somewhere.
Yeah,
no one's used it. Under a carpet.
You might struggle. Actually, not many people bought them.
Well, I might be in trouble then. Maybe I'll just go to an eBay and ask. It actually would be quite funny if I went to like a gaming store and I could get a Vita, but not a PS5. What a world we live in today. If that was the case.
Yeah, I don't know. That'd be an interesting
PS5. So we have a fine selection of a PS4, PS5, or the PlayStation 1 Classic. No, you can get that PS1 Classic and throw it in the bin. I don't want that. Rubbish whatsoever.
Give me a Vita.
Give me a Vita. And not
God
the
bless
tail.
That beautiful little system. Yeah, Chinatown Wars was great. Really, really enjoyed that one. And yeah, criminally underappreciated. So I'd love to see. And I guess one of the things that has been swirling around report-wise is that, and this is kind of part of some of the reasoning for even some of the games I've picked, some of the reporting is that what PlayStation's looking at doing with some of this stuff is adding trophies in there as well. Like they're kind of like a system that's going to kind of run in the background that it's just like, if this, then this. So they're not going super deep level like you might have done for a remaster of an old game or even just like a new game that you're developing, but they're trying to integrate trophy stuff into like it, but it's like a layer that works separate to the game, so they don't have to go in and modify the game. It's just that when this happens, trigger trophy for whatever. So I'd love to like that's a perfect incentive for me to go back to a whole bunch of games. Like,
wow. So that dude that has about 40 million platinums can go and just get even more platinums.
I checked Hakum out recently. He is not number 1 anymore.
Oh no!
No, he's like 4th or something.
Oh, he's taking some time off.
Yeah,
he's running out of games to play.
He's a long way behind now.
Oh no!
There's someone that's got more platinums than him. In fact, there's 2 people that have got more platinums than him in that top 4. I wonder if he's alive. I wonder if he's okay.
Maybe his PlayStation 5 broke and you can't get a new one.
Yeah, it could be that. I better be careful. Looks like ads are going to start popping off.
Or his PlayStation Vita's gone.
What's he done lately? We may as well have a pick. What's
we might as well. Let's have a look.
He's currently got an E rank on a game called Mr. Hibble. That was on May 1st. No, he's playing today. He's okay. He's okay. He's just. He's only 24% of his trophies on Elden Ring. There's his problem. He's spending too much time on Elden Ring.
That's why.
Actually, this is ridiculous. Here's the list of games that he's played today. Like, I guess time zones might be a little bit difficult, but here's the games he's played today. Mr. Hibble, he's got 14 out of 29 trophies. A game called Space Kabam. He's also done it twice because he's done it on the PS4 and the PS5, and it's a Japanese version. The trophies took him 7 minutes each. He's got platinums for both of those. A game called Dragon Break Classic from the Europe PlayStation Store. Many Faces as well. He's also been playing Elden Ring today, and he's been pinging trophies in Skyrim.
What?
That's Skyrim and Elden Ring today. Like, again, there might be some weird little time zone things that kind of causing some points of difference there, but that's today.
So, no one in their lifetime would ever say, "What did you do today?" "Oh, I played some Elden Ring and some Skyrim in the same day." But no one's ever done that.
And got four platinum around that as well.
That's insane. Does any other PlayStation
minutes and 7 minutes?
Does any PlayStation podcast have an update on this dude every week? What's his platinum status?
Like we could create Hakum Watch.
Hakum Watch.
Like the guy who's now number 1 has pinged 7 platinums today.
Where I've done 6 in my entire lifetime.
He's done
and
7
this guy's
today.
done 7.
One of them took 2 hours and 24 minutes. One took 1 minute and 20 seconds. Another 1 minute and 37 seconds. 2 hours and 8 minutes. 4 days. Oh, that's Dodgeball Academia. So he's been working on that one for a little while. So he played one serious game.
4 days. Ooh, tough one.
Need a packet, and he's got that 4 times on PS4 in North America and Europe, and Vita, North America and Europe. Oh, and then yesterday he got one for Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt, which is the brand new Battle Royale game, and he's gotten a platinum trophy for it already. So go figure.
Wow.
It's insane.
That is the game that you and me could not have cared less about when we first saw it as well.
No, that's not the ugly PS2 No, not that one.
Oh.
No,
not
it's
that
a
one?
separate thing altogether. Anyway, so we've gone 30 minutes and we've spoken about Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars. What was your other game for the PSP?
Oh yeah. Well, I just had all the other.
It's been a while. It's been a few weeks.
So I did have the other GTA ones. I thought, no, that's silly.
Oh,
I've got
Vice City
Liberty City Stories and Liberty City. But I didn't. I decided not to do that because that's just silly. Well, I could, but nah, don't do that. But my other one would be Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker.
Yeah, that's a good one actually. Yeah, that's still kind of trapped on the PS3. Like you can get it on the PS3. It's part of the
bundle,
part of the collection there. But yeah, you can't play it on a modern PlayStation like a PS4 or PS5. You can't stream it. They would have to do something with it. They would have to yeah, there we go, that one. So that's a very good call. I forgot that it only went as far as the PS3. I might have picked it up. Otherwise. All right. Well, on my end, my 2 that I'll make sure are locked in place. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII, because that is just an amazing game regardless of the fact that it's connected with Final Fantasy VII. And I've got 2 others here, and I don't know where to go because I don't know what your game's going to be, and I don't know what's got the best
trust me, you will not have this one.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think strategically about which one's going to potentially beat you in a poll when the listeners, the great folk watching and listening right now, have to make a choice.
Well, I might be playing risky with my 3rd one, but I'm going to go with it. I don't care.
I'm going to go Monster Hunter Freedom Unite because I want
see that.
Some old Monster Hunters in there. For anyone who's kind of fallen in love with Monster Hunter in recent years, with World and Rise and all that, this is an opportunity to go back and try out some of those old PSP games where it all started. So, and Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, I think, was the best one, if I recall, from the PSP. There was quite a few on the PSP. There was almost public holidays in Japan for the release of each of those, the way things were going. But yeah, they're my 2. So now, what's your third? What's going head to head with what I'll put up as Daxter?
Daxter. Well, I just thought it'd be funny this one because I know how much you love this gaming franchise. It's one of your most favorites.
Well, there's no Fallout. There's no Fallout games on the PSP.
No, it's not Fallout. It's definitely not Fallout. But you're kind of in the right area of your liking. I just saw it there, laughed. I thought, yeah, I'm putting this as my third one because if it loses, I don't care. If it does win, I'll laugh.
Oh shit! This is dangerous territory for me. Then go on. What is it? I can't think of it.
It is Crash Tag Team Racing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, at least like this head to head is involving kind of two mascot characters. That's kind of cool how that worked out.
And just one game that we know how much you love, and everyone knows your absolute love for Crash Team Racing.
Oh, adore all things Crash.
Adore.
When I said Fallout, you're like, oh, kind of close, mate.
It's like, yeah, you're in the right area of your
hate levels are in this.
Your hate level. There might be like you might want to put that hate level up a little bit higher.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't quite hate Crash as much as I hate Fallout, but anyway. Well, look out for a poll on Twitter in the coming days, people. Daxter versus Crash Tag Team Racing. We'll be fighting it out for the final spot in our 5 games that need to be on PlayStation Plus, Deluxe, Premium, whatever. All right, moving on to the PS2, which, yeah, I mean, even the way we've been talking, a little bit easier for us to come up with some options there, but I feel like also harder in some ways because a lot of games from this era have been remastered already, which kind of takes a lot of games off the table because they're already available on the PS4/PS5. So who started that one? You started that one. So I'll come out with a couple for this. I'm going to put out there Dragon Quest VIII because I've got the shits with the fact that all these years on, that game still hasn't been remastered or whatever. It's probably the best in the franchise, and Square Enix just, I don't know, they're doing nothing with it. I think it came to DS or something like that at some point. Just put a remaster on PlayStation. That was where the game came out anyway. And the other game, again, I don't think you're going to... There's one that I'm definitely sure you won't go with at all. But then thinking about the poll. I'm going to put Beautiful Joe in there. You ever heard of Beautiful Joe before?
I did think of Beautiful Joe to put in there, but then I thought, no, but it's on the GameCube, so I thought... nah. Like, the thought was there, and then I just thought...
More issues with
I think it was...
as we move into the PS2 era, so...
I was more surprised, because I thought that was actually a GameCube-only game, but I was wrong.
Yeah, I think it started out that way, and then it came across. So this was part of the famous Capcom 5, which was like 5 GameCube, like 5-game deal between Capcom and Nintendo, where they were basically putting exclusives out on the GameCube. But one of the more notable things out of that was when it came to Resident Evil 4, which was one of those. Shinji Mikami, who now at Bethesda for Tango Gameworks and Ghostwire Tokyo, he said at the time that he would cut his own head off if the game ever came to PlayStation. Resident Evil 4 is on PlayStation.
So is his head still on?
He still has a head.
Oh, there you go.
So the man is a liar. But yeah, Beautiful Joe was part of that same deal as well. And eventually came across the PlayStation as well. So
there you go.
And the other game that I'm going to throw out there for the third is also multi-plat. So that was kind of the thing about the time. Especially with all the exclusives basically already being remastered too. Like that kind of... A lot of the really big exclusives have all been put on the PS3 or even, gone even further, they're on PS4 or whatever.
It kind of is difficult because I thought, God of War. Then I realised, wait, they remastered that for the PS3. Then there was GTA 3.
Yeah, which is like a weird one because we could maybe justify still putting it on there because we still won't have access to the PS3 stuff, but it's only a matter of time before it will be, and suddenly you've got 2 versions of God of War on there. So that was kind of my thinking as well. I kind of avoided anything that's on PS3 just because it could eventually pop up, which I guess, we could shoot down your Peace Walker thing, but no, Let's get the natural the PSP. There's not a lot of choices on the PSP to work with.
Yeah, it's a bit hard with the PSP. PS2, there's let's say more games.
Yeah.
But how many? Oh, I don't know. But
I think the PS2 is the weakest PlayStation console ever, or library of games on PlayStation ever. And that's a very unpopular opinion. But
it had a DVD player. Everyone went crazy for that.
Yeah, sorry, not the worst console, but the worst library. I guess the most
library of games. First party. We'll say first party games because there were a lot of third party games that came out. Well, that's when third party games started to really take off.
Yeah.
Because of the old that other massive brick of the thing called an Xbox.
Yeah.
It took a whole trailer. To deliver. If you want to take it to your friend's place, it needed its own car seat. It was good times. It's okay.
So then all the shit that people had to go through for their Halo LAN parties.
Yeah, and pretty much
trucks rolling into someone's driveway.
And also sucked if you had really tiny hands too, because you wouldn't be able to get your hands
around the Duke.
On that massive thing called a controller back in the day.
It's a lot better these days what they've got going.
I know. I mean, whose wise idea thought that'd be the greatest idea? You know what? Let's just make it big. So
all these other PlayStation and Nintendo controls made for those small Japanese hands. Well, we're going to make it for big American hands.
And everyone said this is the stupidest thing. The stupidest thing I've ever seen. Oh, well, here's a smaller one that we also made. Great, let's do that. But we're not talking about Xbox.
Yeah, we're getting distracted again.
Yeah, we're not talking about Xbox because they don't have any first-party games, as we've
still,
and they've brought up all those companies. But
Starfield.
Yeah, well, great.
I can't wait for Starfield.
Starfield, yeah, great. It'll just be a man in a field looking at stars. That's the game. Congratulations.
It's No Man's Sky 2.
No Man's Sky 2. But my game that I'm gonna put on, I don't know if it's been remastered. I don't really care. It is Socom US Navy SEALs.
No, it hasn't been remastered.
It's not been remastered. Well, there you go.
And I think that is a genius idea because I reckon they're eyeing off bringing that back, like that franchise back.
Yes, maybe they can get the old voice controls right.
Oh, yeah, that was a thing, wasn't it? I forgot about that.
That was the big crazy thing back there. It's like, oh, you got little headphone things with your microphone. You can tell what to do on your list of paper that was like
to say
6
those
commands.
Specific things for your instructions.
Yeah, otherwise wouldn't work. Silly idea. But that's my first one. Then the second one, because I couldn't figure out any, but this isn't on Games Pass either, so I thought, screw it. Maybe Sony can jump on this opportunity, because it was a classic game back in the day, which was Need for Speed Underground.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I was never a Need for Speed person, but I know lots of people were, and I think the Underground ones were super popular, weren't they? I remember the first Underground being huge. Yeah,
it was huge. The second one, I honestly think it wasn't as good as the first one, but that's just my opinion. Just like Final Fantasy VIII is better than Final Fantasy VII. Other people would disagree and say, no, you're an idiot.
There's not many people that will ever say Final Fantasy VIII is better than Final Fantasy VII, but good luck to those people.
Yeah, good luck. And for my third one, I didn't have to go with it or not. It was a bit risky. It was between two. And I decided to go with this one. Even though I have played it recently, I thought this has not aged well. But I will put Bully as my third pick.
I mean, you can get that one on the PS4.
Can. Or you can. Or if not, can we go with Sly Cooper?
Yes, because that's still trapped on PS3. Yeah, we'll count that.
Oh, there we go. Any play Sly Cooper I will do.
Sly Cooper is then going head-to-head with, and I said multi-platform, is going head-to-head with Burnout 3 Takedown.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Because I am not, as we just discussed with Need for Speed, I am not a racing game, but I fell in love with Burnout 3 Takedown. From the collision stuff, the actual takedowns and all that sort of part was really, really cool, but the driving felt really accessible. I had a great time with that. That kind of converted me to that franchise.
I mean, I played the first Burnout game. Did it also have the thing where you could just see how much damage you could do?
Yeah, you can kind of have those battering ram sort of modes, yeah. That's my memory of it anyway.
Yeah, I want to play it then. I'm voting for it. I'm not even voting for my own game, what I put in.
He's out.
Oh, sorry, Sly.
Well, you can you can kind of get away with that because you can play Sly on the PS3, which means you can play it on the American and European and Maltese PlayStation Plus
Malta,
Premium.
yeah.
Malta can play Sly, we can't. All right, well, we've got 2 polls then going so far. It'll be Daxter versus Crash Tag Team Racing and Sly Cooper versus Burnout 3. That just leaves the PS1, and you'll be getting us started this time.
Oh, it's a tough one. There's a lot there. I'm actually surprised because I never owned a PS1. Realize, look at all those games like, oh yeah, I've played that, I've played that, I've played that, I've also played that. But the first one I'm gonna go with, because I didn't actually play this one, and if it's been remade, great, I don't care. I would have played on the original one, which is Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey.
Yeah, you're right. It has been remade. There's Oddworld, New and Tasty. New and Tasty is a remake of the original, but there's still. You're right though. There's a flavour about the original one that's still really really cool. So I'm still all for that. That's a real good choice. Oh, Abe's Odyssey.
Oops.
Go for it.
The second one, because you can't, for some goddamn reason, they just will not release it anywhere. I'm sick and tired of it. That's Ape Escape.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because I know I saw Ape Escape 2 on the PS4, which I did buy.
Yeah, that's there.
No Ape Escape 1 for some silly reason. Was there on the PS?
They've only been doing PS2 remasters and stuff. And I mean, even then they stopped doing them years ago. But they're only doing PS2 ones.
And even then, like even when the PS1 Classic came out, wasn't to be seen. And just like every other game,
they didn't put
just
the sticks on it.
Yeah, just like every other game that. Oh yeah, because you can't use. Yeah, I just remembered. You need the sticks to actually play the game.
That was the big thing about Ape Escape.
Yes, I forgot about you had to use the Dual Shock. Oh, look at that. See, people. That's what a PS1 controller used to look like until Nintendo came in with their joystick and Sony said, "Hey, that's a great idea. Let's put that on our controller."
Sticks. That's what makes the difference here. Have this with sticks.
Yeah. I say, you know how painful it was to go back and play on that controller with the old D-pad, especially with Crash Bandicoot. It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Then the final one's gonna be a tough one.
Oh yeah, okay. So now that's right. It's over to me now. This was harder because I actually had with the others, I had 3 games, and I was just hoping that you didn't have any crossover. Here, I've got 4 games because I couldn't actually decide between them all.
Oh.
So the first I'm going to put there is Legacy of Kane Soul Reaver, because that's a franchise that is adored by tons of people, including myself, and Square Enix have just kind of ignored it. It's kind of action RPG-y, and just really kicks ass. And it's criminal that it's not there. The second one is a toss-up between another RPG, but I don't really want to 100% go there because I've done heaps of them. It's another one that fans are crying out for. It even got speculated as being remade by Bluepoint at one point.
That's what Sony was good for back then.
Well, they weren't really making JRPGs.
They
were still doing Crash and all that. They were still doing mascot things, but this was kind of the one exception. But because I have gone down the JRPG path quite a lot, I'm going to avoid it, and I'm going to put Dave Mira Freestyle BMX.
Oh wow! No, I did not.
In the same way that Tony Hawk was amazing back then, so was Dave Mira, and
Dave Mira, Matt Hoffman BMX. That was the other one that was going around.
Matt Hoffman was another one. Dave Mira actually got a sequel on the PS2 as well, which wasn't nearly as good, if I recall. But I lost hours and hours and hours. I almost played Dave Mira more than I played Tony Hawk. And Tony Hawk 2 is one of the, still a classic.
Yeah.
So I love that game. But I'm now really, really keen to see what you've got as a third game here.
Oh, it's really tough. I'm not
going to go with my JRPG. I'm going to go with my other game there that I saved for this one because I reckon it'll win.
Okay, well, I say, what type of game is it? Can I ask?
It's a sports game.
Okay, you can have this. You can have your sports one because I reckon I've got the same one. Well, let's go Metal Gear Solid. No, you just wait on your sports game.
Okay.
I will go with Croc. I will go with Croc.
Croc.
It was either between Metal Gear Solid, Driver, Tekken 3, Croc, or the other game, which I reckon you have the game I'm talking about.
A little bit of this.
Yes, it is.
Shane Warne Cricket 99.
Shane Warne Cricket.
I held on to that just in the hopes that...
Oh, it was there. It was there on my list. Don't worry. That was the first thing that got written on the list was Shane Warne Cricket.
Like, I've avoided... I mean, you know, everyone knows that Final Fantasy 9 is my favourite game. It's on the PS1, but that's been remastered. It's on PS4, so I don't need to worry about that. So, Shane Warne Cricket 99. The guy died earlier this year. They need to show a little bit of respect for the great man and get that game up on the PSN as soon as possible.
Well, considering we get our own special subscription, we should have Shane Warne Cricket for us and no one else.
We're basically the only country in the world that's going to have Deluxe at this point.
Yeah.
So.
Well, everyone else can have Brian Lara Cricket because that was the same version.
Yeah,
just
Brian Lara,
outside of... You can have your Brian Lara Cricket, we'll have Shane Warne Cricket.
Jeez, Shane Warne Cricket was good.
It was. That was one of our games we wish was on the PS1 Classic when we first did the talks of it.
It was never going to happen. But
it's never going to happen. But that's the thing, straight up. It's like everything that's come up with like a PS1, top games, whatever, Shane Warne Cricket's always been in that list no matter what. It was always the first entry. Don't worry about Crash, Spyro, Siphon Filter, Ridge Racer, Gran Turismo. Nah, Shane Warne Cricket.
Shane Warne Cricket 99.
Always. With your beach ball mode and your cheat to hit a ball for 6 for every delivery. It's good times.
Well, this is going to make for a series of really interesting votes then when they go live on Twitter. And by the time you're seeing this episode, I'm sure at least the first one's available for people. But for us, a few days from now when the episode goes up. On the PSP, just to reiterate what we've got. Our 5 games are Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars, Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII, Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, and then a choice of, and this is where you, the viewer / listener, come into play.
This is the big one.
Daxter versus Crash Tag Team Racing. This is our Steve from Minecraft moment here again.
The big one. Do you want to pick the right one, or do you just want to make fun of Paul and go, nah, screw ya? I've got the racing one.
On the PS2, we've got Dragon Quest VIII, Beautiful Joe, Socom, Need for Speed Underground, the first one, and then a choice of Sly Cooper versus Sly Cooper and you mean the first one, right?
Yeah, let's go to the first one. Let's go to the
Sly
first
Cooper
one.
and the Thievius Raccoonus, and versus Burnout 3 Takedown. And on the PS1, our games are going to be Abe's Odyssey, Ape Escape, Legacy of Kane Soul Reaver, Dave Mira Freestyle BMX, and then the hotly anticipated contest between Croc and Shane Warne Cricket 99.
I'll say, if Croc wins, I'm going to be ashamed of myself.
It
should. Shane Warne, honestly, Shane Warne Cricket should win 100% of that vote. No one should be voting for Croc. Just don't even look at Croc.
But there's going to be someone in the same way.
There'll be one idiot that go, no, you know what? Let's go Shane. Let's go Croc.
I'm going to tip Buddy Watson. Buddy Watson is I'm pretty sure Buddy Watson is a Croc lover, if I remember.
I think I do. Yeah, I remember that too. I saw a tweet something. He wanted a remaster of Croc.
Yeah, I'm fairly sure it was him. So I could be wrong. If I am, Buddy, my bad. Sorry. But yeah, someone's going to vote for it. Someone's going to vote for Croc. If it wins, holy shit. But anyway,
what have we done? I just, for a laugh, just thought, oh, let's just throw Croc in, because surely no one's going to beat Shane Warne Cricket. That's just un-Australian. Unless you're not from Australia, then fair enough. You could.
Yeah, vote for Croc all you want, and suddenly the vote gets filled up with Americans that have no idea who Shane Warne is.
Who's Shane Warne? Like, what is cricket?
Who's Shane Warne? What's cricket? Let's vote.
What is 99? What is 99? What is this 99 they talk of?
It's so old. It's 23 years old.
What is cricket 99? I don't know.
Oh, it's just like Tetris 99 and all those Nintendo ones. It's like Battle Royale cricket.
Was it the Mario 19? No,
a whole bunch of cricketers fall from the sky to land on a cricket ground, all with cricket bats, and they're going to beat the shit out of each other.
No, it's when 99 cricket balls come out of the sky, and then you got to hit it with one bat.
with as many,
as many as you can
for 6.
It's like a batting pen, except you don't know where the ball's coming from, or it's from the sky, but where, no one knows.
And how fast or how slow?
How fast? Could it be slow? Could it be fast? Could it be a googly, a flipper? We don't know.
Well, if it's falling from the sky, I don't know that it's gonna. We don't have to worry too much about spin, but
I never know.
You have to worry about that wind when it's swirling on the way down.
Wind. Oh, you got to watch out for that wind.
Or the sun in your eyes, God forbid.
Or that streak that comes across the ground. And
that interferes just as you're trying to take the catch. Look, it's good. This will be good fun to see how the votes kind of play out. And it was a weird one anyway because there's so many games across, especially the PS1 and the PS2, that have all been remastered or whatever and thrown up on kind of modern PlayStation. So I can't imagine those games like the ones that we've kind of skipped. So again, I reference Final Fantasy IX as the obvious first up pick if it wasn't already remastered. Like I doubt they'll pop up. I doubt that old Castlevanias will pop up on the PS2 side. I doubt that Ratchet and Clank and all those sorts of things pop up because they can make them available through the PS3 side of things, and eventually we'll get that, I suppose. But who knows? We could be wrong. And the PSP side, there's an open opportunity for them to do heaps of stuff there, which is kind of cool. Let us know what your selections are in the YouTube comments, on social media, whatever it happens to be. Make sure to vote on the Twitter polls there for either Sly Cooper or Burnout 3, Croc or Shane Warne Cricket 99, and Daxter or Crash Tag Team Racing. And we'll discuss the results in next week's show before who knows, maybe the whole episode will end up being about the results. We'll see what happens. Depends on what happens in news next week. We'll wrap things up there, though. If you enjoyed this episode of Patch, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. All the buttons down below. Hit the notification bell. That way you're alerted to every new episode the moment it goes live. That includes more episodes of Patched, Player 2 Plays, Gamer School, and a whole bunch more. I got it right this week. I've had 2 weeks to collect myself and make sure that I didn't fuck it up, and I didn't this time.
He's been saying it for the last 2 weeks of just... I forgot what he said. Something
I just did it right with you last time and then made sure not to record any Player 2 Plays in the meantime, so I didn't screw that up. Visit the website player2.net.au for reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news, features, links to the podcast series Patch, the Player 2 Pixelcast, and Dev Diary. Look out for the Patched podcast feed and the YouTube thing. There's going to be a review discussion coming later this week for a game that I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about. I don't know.
Does it involve shooting?
No.
Oh, wow. Does it fishing?
No.
Big Bass Hunter?
No, it's not the latest entry of Big Bass Hunter.
It's not?
Which maybe we should have nominated for the PS2 because I'm sure they were putting out games back then.
Damn. What an opportunity. What a missed opportunity there.
It could have been Big Bass Hunter versus Burnout 3.
Well, that would have been a tough competition.
Tight vote. People love their fishing in games, let alone a whole fishing game. I've lost where we're up to. We're on Patreon, patreon.com/player2au. You can get a few bucks, lower tiers, early access to episodes, higher tiers, monthly episode exclusives. And finally, there's Twitter. Matto
_Phil.
Paul James Games for me. The website is player2au. Check out the feed at 11 PM on Thursday night for this embargo and this review discussion.
Oh, I thought for a second you're 11 PM's going with voting style. I thought, Jesus, well, that's a bit late.
Yeah, I'm going to skew the vote by posting it. No, except the Shane Warne Cricket 99 one. I'm going to post that when all the Americans are asleep so they can't ruin my chances. No. Look out for the votes for each of the 3 games. Help contribute. We'll talk about it next week. Let us know your thoughts. And otherwise, thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you later.
Vote 1 Shane Warne.
He's already going against his own game.